Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
On Friday, May 10th, the most anticipated food and drink event is upon us again as the RGPF Police Week Comedy presents Food Fest 2019. Pearls Strip is the venue as the clubs of the RGPF join forces with the Grenada Customs, Her Majesty's Prison, and the Grenada Airports Authority, and will all compete for culinary supremacy. From 12 midday, food goes on sale. Each participating club will prepare and present a variety of local dishes, which will be judged and critiqued based on taste, presentation, use of ingredients, and applied knowledge. I'm telling you, these guys and girls could cook. And as evening simmers in, the action gets turned up with music, top DJs, artists, live band, queen and king contestant appearances. Food Fest 2019, Pearls Strip, Friday, 10th May. The perfect family event. On Friday, May 10th, the most anticipated food and drink event is upon us again as the RGPF Police Week Comedy presents Food Fest 2019. Pearls Strip is the venue as the clubs of the RGPF join forces with the Grenada Customs, Her Majesty's Prison, and the Grenada Airports Authority, and will all compete for culinary supremacy. From 12 midday, food goes on sale. Each participating club will prepare and present a variety of local dishes, which will be judged and critiqued based on taste, presentation, use of ingredients, and applied knowledge. I'm telling you, these guys and girls could cook. And as evening simmers in, the action gets turned up with music, top DJs, artists, live band, queen and king contestant appearances. Food Fest 2019, Pearls Strip, Friday, 10th May. The perfect family event.
Remember, you must have proof of admission from a recognized institution here at home or abroad. All our loans are 100% financing with interest rates as low as 5%. Get your funding from GDB today for your tertiary level education, your technical training or vocational training, even professional development, with up to 12 years to repay. Your future success is today. Grab it now.
You're listening to Hard Talk Grenada via www.hardtalkgrenada.com.
You might be the guilty one, causing only confusion. So look into yourself. Look into yourself. You might be the obstacle, causing only trouble. So mister, look into yourself. Look into yourself. Change, change, change.
Yes, indeed. Good morning to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Hard Talk. My name is Sheldon Scott, and I'll be with you until the 12 o'clock hour. My co-pilot, Devon, is not in this morning. But of course, we're live on 97.5 City Sound FM, 89.5 CRFM, 92.9 on the Sister Isles of Carriacou, Maroon Land. Yeah, that's Sister Island Carriacou. And 94.9 WeiVybz. And they'll say WeFM. Yeah, you'd kill me. Yeah, WeiVybz noise radio out there in Brooklyn. And of course, we are online at Hard Talk Grenada as well as on YouTube at Hard Talk Grenada. So you can check our YouTube page, you can check our Facebook page, and definitely you'll be able to see and hear Hard Talk live as well as our website. That's www.hardtalkgrenada.com.
The only person that you never blame yet is you. So listen up now. Check yourself, brother, check yourself. And see if you're living the right way. Check yourself, brother, check yourself, I say. Check yourself, sister, check yourself.
Yes, folks, I've been seeing some of the comments on Facebook. Yeah, we're getting right into it, yeah. Nawasa has sent out a statement in relation to the quality of water that some people are getting in their area. I know from Monjaloo and certain parts of St. Paul's, Marianne, they've been having a problem with the water supply over the past few weeks. So the National Water and Sewage Authority, NWASA, apologizes to consumers who received discolored water due to an issue at the Les Avocat line that covers the Bocas, St. Paul's, Laborie, Mount Parnassus, and surrounding communities in the parish of St. George. An investigation commenced yesterday evening, and sampling of water quality at various locations throughout the network confirmed that NWASA's disinfection system was not affected. While the discoloration is not pleasing to the eye, we want to reassure affected consumers that water is safe for human use. The authority thanks all affected consumers who reached out to our team. NWASA committed to meeting customers' needs. Let me take that again, because I kind of fumble on it. The National Water and Sewage Authority, NWASA, apologizes to consumers who received discolored water due to an issue at the Les Avocat line that covers the Bocas, St. Paul's, Laborie, Mount Parnassus, and surrounding communities in the parish of St. George. An investigation commenced this evening, and sampling of water quality at various locations throughout the network confirmed that NWASA's disinfection system was not affected. While the discoloration is not pleasing to the eye, we want to assure consumers that the water is safe for human use. The authority thanks all affected consumers who reached out to our team. NWASA committed to meeting consumers' needs. Yeah, NWASA, but people still ain't going to use that water. Ain't going to wash your clothes in water that look that color. That ain't happening. You ain't going to cook or drink it either. So if that the problem is rectified soon, I know NWASA is working towards ensuring that that problem is solved as soon as possible. And folks, we're going to have the phone line open for the entire program today, 440-7377. That's 440-7377. And for those of you who want to call on the international line, 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers that you can call and get on to today's program.
Check yourself, sister, check yourself right away. Oh, look into yourself, brother. Check yourself, I say.
Folks, remember it's Helen Marie. She's launching her band Birds of a Feather. That will be taking place this Saturday at the Lavo Lanes. Yeah, so head on out there. Spice Mass is about to be launched as well the following Saturday. And that's going to be taking place at the Kurani James Athletic Stadium car park. They're going to be starting with a parade. The parade should start somewhere around 4 or so in the afternoon. That's going to be coming from the Ariza car park, passing along Melville Street in front of the bus terminal, heading to the National Stadium. I'm not sure if they're going to make a round at the National Stadium before they settle down. but the different mass bands and so, yeah, some of them with last year costume, some of them might be giving you a sampling of this year costume and so on. So they will be parading from the Ariza car park and heading over to the Grenada National Stadium. Yeah.
So much precious time been wasted, criticizing each other and fanning the fire of selfishness and malicious games. Whoa, lambasting and blaming one another, but things still remain.
Yeah, just to let you all know, yes. So remember that is going to be taking place next week. Next week, Saturday, you're going to be having the launch of Spice Mass. Tomorrow, there is going to be River Sally Saraka, or Salaka, according to some people Saraka, some people Salaka, whichever one. But it's taking place tomorrow. So those of you that have the opportunity to head up to River Sally, head on up there. Yeah, you know the thing go is an African tradition kind of thing. So you have to head on out to that. All right. So River Sally Saraka, that's going to be taking place tomorrow. So we know all roads lead up there. People go in and check it out and thing and eat the traditional food in the traditional way. And then they're going to have the Talingo dance and all those different kind of thing going to be taking place there. So head on up.
We can, because the time is now, no time to wait.
Next week, Friday, the St. David's Constituency Branch, they're having their barbecue luncheon. That's going to be taking place at the constituency office grounds.
Let's get serious. The country needs a shake-up.
So the price, only $10. It's going to be starting from 12 o'clock. On the menu, barbecue chicken, pork, or fish with a roll and salad. So that's going to be at the constituency grounds taking place next week, Friday. Go on out and support them. They use the funds for different things within the constituency to assist the elderly and differently abled, so on.
People, oh people, you must remember, that time doesn't wait on no one. No, so come on, forget.
As I said, Spice Mass is going to be launched next week. A lot of activities are going to be coming up within the next few months.
A lot of work to be done.
Even this week we had the V23 Lime. Yeah, Vaughn turns 23. That took place on Tuesday night.
So what you think to take this with country progress into?
From all I've heard, it was extremely successful.
Oh, nobody say it would be easy, but we could make it if we try, and that's no lie. So we must join hand in hand and do what we can for our nation's sake. Our nation's sake.
The Spice Mass Corporation has been having different discussions as well into various aspects of the carnival.
Just wouldn't shake. It wouldn't shake.
For instance, how to resuscitate the Mashka competition. In a jam-oriented competition a couple of years ago, there was a bit of a resurgence. You saw more and more people coming out.
So come out and make your contribution.
So I know that's one aspect. Getting some of the old names to come back into competition.
You don't get because it's just
But also encouraging some of the younger artists and so to sing calypso. Short Pre made a go at it a few years ago and he did an excellent job. I think he came third on one occasion.
Let's get serious.
There's the perennial Randy Isaac.
Let's get serious.
Or as a certain guy does call him Randy. Morning, Randy Isaac. Sherry, good morning to you. Yeah, we had to link the people the number, girl. We had to send the number. Once the people want to rent the vehicles and so, yeah, they had to check you out, girl. There are some nice vehicles there.
As we move.
Good morning to you, Sherry.
But don't mind, 'cause our people brave and united.
So, folks, yeah, we're getting ready to launch Spice Mass to 2019.
'cause the battle is not for the strong. No, it's true, we have been through many changes.
No, they have been speaking about twinning the Mashka with the Groovy Monarch, removing the Groovy Monarch from the... Several things have been put forward. We're not saying this is what is going to be done. We're saying suggestions have been made in relation to different aspects of the Spice Mass. One of them is taking the Groovy Monarch out from the Friday night and placing it together with the Mashka. Yeah, that's one suggestion that is being put forward. So on the Carnival Sunday night, yeah, you'll be coming out from the Mashka with the Calypso King and the Groovy King at the same time. Another suggestion by some individuals,
And this life is not a joke.
and I'm saying suggestions, remember, I'm making it plain. This is not what is going to happen. These are just simply suggestions.
Men would have no future.
So another suggestion
We've got to take a stand, do whatever we
is to put the Mashka the Friday night and Soca Monarch the Sunday night.
let's organize and plan to straighten out.
Don't know what you all think about that.
Tomorrow might be too late.
Yeah, just a suggestion, eh?
To wait.
Take the Soca Monarch off for the Saturday night and put it the Sunday night.
Let's get serious.
The Friday night, sorry, and put it the Sunday night.
Let's get serious. The country needs a shake up. Let's get serious. Whoa, my dear Prime Minister.
I have my own views in relation to it, which I'm holding to myself.
Grenada need to shake.
But it's one of the suggestions that are being made in relation to that. So that on a Sunday night, you go out to the stadium, because the Mashka is actually the biggest show that we have every year. It's the biggest show, and it's based on the fact that you have thousands of visitors together with the normal 2,000-3,000 people here that does go to everything. Yeah, it's only about 2,000-3,000. That's 2,000-3,000. That's how much I think. 3,000. You're topping it off at 3 or 2,005 about so. Fetters in Grenada, people that does go party and thing. 5,000 maximum. Yeah, 5,000 maximum, but the average going around is about 2,553. Yeah, that's about how much people does go party and so in Grenada. And yeah, generally when you have an activity, those are the people that going to it and that kind of thing. When the Carnival comes around, you have the people who usually don't go anyway, but they'll go out around Carnival time. Plus you have the visitors from the other islands. Plus you have the literally thousands of people that come back in the weeks leading up to and the week of Spice Mass. Yeah, they come back from the United States and Canada, and they come back from the UK and all where they are. They find themselves back in Grenada for Spice Mass, huh?
Like you lose control. Oh, girl, it's alright. It's alright, baby. It's alright. It's alright, baby.
So the suggestion is put the Soca Monarch on the Sunday night. The Mashka will be on the Friday night. I think that's the formula that they use in Carriacou right now. Or were using in Carriacou. They still use that formula in Carriacou. ZMU does go up for Carriacou Mass. What do they have on the Friday night? Is still the Soca back to Soca Monarch? They have changed it for a while, innit? Yeah.
I think you go back.
One or two other countries are considering the same thing.
You go into bed, but you ain't like guns. You really think that you...
And remember, at the bottom line, what you want to do is two things. You want to, one, preserve the culture. Whatever it takes to preserve the culture. Preserve the culture. This year, you're seeing an explosion in the number of people playing Pretty Mass. Yeah? Or, well, not necessarily the number of people playing Pretty Mass, but Pretty Mass bands. Yeah? So outside of the traditional ones that you have around, like the same Helen Marie that we spoke about a while ago, Andre Garvey and Associates, Comancheros and Associates, possibly a Ricardo Keynes Douglas, Lazarus Antoine. I'm not sure if he's still, yeah, I think he still does. Peter Bain and Associates, and so outside of them, you still have a lot of new bands that are coming in, and some not so new because they've been around for a couple of years, yeah? You have this Summer Crew have been around for quite a long while.
But soon you foolish.
But now you have Ecstasy and you have Lavish.
Very soon you will
You
get.
have Penny and Associates.
Doesn't
You have AJ and Associates, yeah?
this bad feeling. It's alright.
So you have many of these bands, but while you have the pretty mass, we also have to consider what's taking place with the traditional mass, yeah? I don't know if it's me, but I find out I see less Veko and less Shortney and so around when it's Carnival time these days. I know in times gone by, you would go down to what is now the Kirani James Boulevard and so on a Carnival Tuesday, and you'd see loads of Shortney passing through and loads of Veko passing through and so on. But while they are, I don't see the numbers of what used to be there before. I think the numbers of them have decreased. So while we have our people who are going to play the pretty mass and so, and I heard the president of the Senate yesterday, he had the issues with the people that playing the pretty mass and that kind of thing. I think it's important of us to maintain the traditional mass as well. Because these aspects of our culture are unique to Grenada. You don't go anywhere else on the face of the earth or the universe and find Shortney, yeah?
It's alright, baby. It's alright.
You don't find that anywhere else. You could go to Trinidad and you could search from now until the end of time. You will not find a Shortney, yeah?
It's alright.
So you don't find those things in those other countries. You don't find... Yeah, you won't find a Veko.
Oh, no.
All of those things are unique to Grenada. In the same way, Trinidad has their rubber mass and also their Pierre Grenade, which is supposed to let you know that their mass came out of Grenada. By the mere name Pierre Grenade, you're supposed to know the last part of it, where that come from, eh?
Bells ring. Na, 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 na. Lady, from the time you came into my life, I know you want the one.
So I'm hoping that we see more and more people interested in playing, more people interested in preserving that aspect of our culture, yeah? No, usually I see the Honorable Clarice Modest Cohen, yeah, she passes playing short. Yeah, I don't know how to know if she that pass, yeah.
I'm a love, African lady.
You have to well know how to see if she passing through in that power. If you don't know her, you could never tell if she passing through in that power that day. While I look forward to the pretty mass, I always look forward especially to the traditional aspects of our mass. I look forward to hearing what the Shortney are them, because some of them Shortney mouth bad. So I'm interested in hearing what the Shortney and them had to say, yeah.
Sometime when I feel sad,
I think over the weekend I saw a video of two guys practicing already.
you give me love.
Not too sure which part. No, my good friend KB, he also brings out a Shortney band as well.
I know many times I've done things that bring water to your eyes. But
yeah, Carnival is a lot more than jab, eh? Yeah, jab is an aspect of it, but Carnival is a lot more than jab.
no, I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm in love.
So as we launch Carnival next week, let's keep our eye on the prize. Eh? We have to preserve the culture. As we say, different strokes for different folks. To have people who like to play the pretty mass, they're going to put on their bikini costumes and so on with their feathers and sequins. And chip behind a truck Carnival Monday and Tuesday. And we ought not to be upset about that. That's the people's choice. Then we have those who may want to play a little sailor mass with Depot and them, yeah. Might want to put on the little sailor mask costume and chip behind Angel Harps or one of the other steel bands. I think we're in a free society and people have different options. And that's the important thing. So as I said, we're going to be getting in contact. I do not think he's on island right now. I have to confirm. But we'll be getting in contact with the CEO over at Spice Mass. That's Mr. Kelvin Jacob. We'll be getting in contact with him over the next few days before the Spice Mass launch
African lady.
and let you know exactly what is taking place. We'll be getting in contact with him. We'll let you know what's taking place, and you're going to know exactly what are some of the things you can expect for the launch and also some of the other things for Spice Mass 2019. Yeah, we're going to let you know exactly what you can expect. Let me say a special good morning to those of you down at the bus terminal. Morning to you, Miss Cammy. Hope you're having a fabulous morning this morning. Morning to all the busmen. Ram, Crystal, Tyrell, Rex, good morning to you as well, my brother. The fastest, most safe way to Grenville. Desmond, good morning. Old dog, good morning. I haven't seen my good friend Mr. Steele. He used to drive the Grand Dance shooter. I haven't seen him for a while. He's still holding a long distance record from since the 1970s or so. So folks, remember that's going to be the launch of the Spice Mass. It is coming up. I said the phone lines are open 440-7377. Kind of open line today, 347-329-3101. And let me say a very special good morning to Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And to all the lovely listeners up there. Hope that you're having a fabulous day today. Yes, indeed. Hey, to those of you up in Petit Martinique like Sherman, Mammy Jane, and you all there, how about Hudson? Morning.
Come on, Sava Mama Can. Land of roots and culture. Oh, Mama Can, Mama Can.
And let me say a special good morning to the four ladies of St. Andrew, Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis, Honorable Yolan Bain Hosford, Honorable Emlyn Pear, and the Honorable Delma Thomas. Hope that you all are having a fabulous morning this morning. We have a call on the line.
Morning,
good morning.
Sheldon Scott.
Morning, my love. How are you?
And morning to Devon, wherever you are.
Yeah.
I just hear you saying Mr. Scott, but Mr. Steele is a St. John Street boy, you know.
Yeah?
He only go and live in Grenada. Steele was my neighbor on St. John Street. His father used to have a little fishing boat, go down and fish by the edge of the carnage and take and hold a little boat. He's a St. John Street boy, but he go and live in Grenada. You think I live so too, you know.
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a while.
Good morning to and good morning to Mr. Watts and his lovely wife. Also to Mr. Deputy that is in Grenada on vacation and his wife in American Son. Good morning, if you're hearing me, loud and clear. Single, Patty, and her husband Matthew and his mom and his kids. Good morning in Canada, all Grenadians out there. Kathy and Cox in New York. The Chase family in Denver and in Brooklyn, good morning. All the Grenadians out there. Grenada is beautiful today. Beautiful day today. Hot sun. And look, Julian and the Stanley country bus. All the country bus, good morning to them. He just bring 2 big bird food for me. So we got some smokering and Carnival and also and coconut. And I made dinner later. I give a virgin half already in one.
Okay.
Anyhow, Sheldon.
Yes, my dear.
We have some people in Grenada. They're very full. Now, I want the people to listen to me this morning. I am not a saint. But I did my little business place and it was coming out last night. Around 8:30. I was mopping the little shop because I get ready to go home. Up come my young man. And the man come right here, Mr. Scott. Miss Cammy called me out 3 times. And he's telling me that to tell Kit Michelle tell Kid Michelle to give me a food. You understand? To tell Kid Michelle to give me a food. Everybody in Grenada know I have both of my legs sick because of the vein and the circulation. And that man, I don't know the man, but lately, Sheldon, for the week, I see an individual coming right here, and I said to them, but to be honest, he didn't say anything to me. So I don't know, I might be wrong, I don't know if they're sending them to provoke me. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
The magistrate, Mr. Scott, and the prosecutor does not get it promenade when people leave where they need to come and harass you. But when I tell them what to tell them, now they're taking me to court. You understand? You have cameras here. The man leave where he's leaving and he comes quite where I'm paying a
Cammy, for some reason,
tell the Prime Minister, give me a food.
Cammy, for some reason, your voice is coming and going. It's like you're moving the phone away from you when you're speaking.
Okay, okay, you hearing me now?
Yeah. Go
You
ahead.
hearing me?
Go ahead. Yeah. Now we're hearing you.
That man leave wherever a big man, he's gonna child to come here to harass me. Me to tell the kid Michelle to give me a food. Sheldon, the amount of people that sick in the world, and they use that now to tell you things to hurt you. Because if you sick, and a man comes to tell you about your sickness, you go feel away. So I'm appealing to them. I'm appealing to them, Mr. Scott, this morning, that the people that are legal, if they try and send them, or the enemy send them to come and harass me, stop. Because I love my children. And I know my children will not sit back and see people come here and harass me. You understand what I say?
Yeah.
I don't call him and tell him nothing. Because I don't want to put my head on my head and ball. So I'm appealing to them. They have no respect for the Prime Minister in the country. The man, me when the man come quite here 8:30 last night. 8:30. And it's a good thing that I have the SSU police was always already here in the evening. I have to call one of them. And the man go and take him out inside of the bus and speak to him. Asking him, please, have nothing to say to me. You understand? And it's not nice to making fun of people when they're sick. It's not right. It's not right, Mr. Scott. I didn't say a word to the man, you know. The man come right where I'm paying a rent. Why is that going to, I'm not in a business place to harass me. And that's all the day in Grenada. I don't know if they're paying them to come and harass people. So I'm making that plea this morning to the prosecutor, the magistrate, and the church. If they're listening, when they bring me in front of them, they don't hear me case already. I'm begging them please to leave me alone.
Okay.
I don't have a right. If either they have to tell me something about Mr. David, or about Kit Michelle, or something. And these are the people, Mr. Scott. They're going to get $300 when the month up. And when they get the money, they come in town and drink from and come and harass people. Come and harass people. Have a good day, sir. And
All right,
I hope they get it loud and clear.
All right.
All right. Have a good day.
Same to you. Yes, indeed. And let me say a special good morning to my good partner, Dominic. I know he usually calls in every day, and so I know I ain't going to be hearing from you for a few days. I know you're not too well, so get well soon. And also, let me say a special good morning to the Crow family up there in Willis. I know you have that funeral today. Huh? Yeah, the Crow family up there in Willis. I believe it's today, yeah, that you've got the funeral. Is yesterday the funeral was? Why am I mixing it up? I thought it was the 25th. So to Mr. Crow, I know Mr. Crow is listening. I know he always listens. Yeah, you could tell I get the day mixed up today, huh? Yeah, I got the days mixed up. For some reason, I thought you were saying the 25th, huh? Yeah, so I thought it was today, man. Good morning.
Good morning, Sheldon Scott, and how are you doing, brother?
I'm fine, man. We're here for a while.
I invited you up in Carriacou for my run up in Bella tomorrow, please, God.
Or you could invite a man to your own home.
Eh?
I find you out of order, Curtis. How you could invite a man to go in his own home?
I forget you that Carriacou. But still come up now.
As sending representatives, I'd planned everything I'd put in place to come up there.
So if I had to send
from
food
today.
for you, why he does it and why he doesn't eat?
I does eat everything. The only thing I don't eat is thing to drink.
The only thing he doesn't eat is thing to drink.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, man. Anything I doesn't eat is thing to drink.
Alright, no problem, man. You and Devon, I'll set you all up.
Yeah, well, you know Devon is no meat, eh?
Huh?
Devon is very strict. No meat.
Only Ital?
Yeah, only Ital.
Alright.
The more Ital, the better.
Man, don't worry.
Alright, my brother.
Take care, buddy.
Beautiful. Yeah, man. And we have another call online. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
Bull speaking.
Hey, sir. How you doing?
Hi there, boy.
Nice.
Yeah. I want you to do something for me.
Tell me.
I need a little job, boy.
You need a little job?
Yeah, I need a driver, man.
Nice. Well, we could talk about that one off air.
Huh?
We could talk about that one off air.
Well, all right. Call you back after the program.
You may not get me exactly after the program today because I have to move as soon as I'm done. Give me a call before the program tomorrow, just about 15 minutes or so before the program tomorrow. Or call me on 406-5422.
Well, I have to mark down that, boy. Wait.
I will say it again on air, don't worry. Yeah, because sometimes I hear things, sometimes people looking for a driver also. I don't know right off the top of my head anyone looking for one right now, but I hear of things from time to time.
Yeah, let me hear now.
Yeah, 406
406
5422.
5422.
Yeah, I'm not making any promises. I do hear from time to time somebody ask me if I know a good driver also.
Yeah,
I'm not making any promises, but give me a call later and we go talk.
All right, okay.
No problems. Yeah, I can't say that I do know off the top of my head, but hello? Yeah, but from time to time, people do call and say if I know somebody, a good somebody. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, how are you?
Mr. Scott.
Hey, Papa.
Mr. Crow's wife funeral will be on Monday, the 29th.
So it'll be on Monday?
Monday, the 29th, please God, yes.
Benji, you get me wrong info, boy.
All right, then.
So it will be on Monday? Okay, good, nice. So I had time. No, they say Crow's wife funeral will be on Monday. In fact, I'll call Mr. Crow. Mr. You get wrong info? Yeah, you get wrong info too?
Yeah, because the funeral there yesterday when I asked, they tell me that it's Crow wife funeral.
Yeah. Oh, you saw a funeral up there yesterday?
Tie up the funeral, the Willis yesterday evening.
Yeah, but you know Mr. Crow wife funeral will tie up Willis and everywhere else, eh?
Right by Crow, everything was.
Oh, yeah?
So when I asked boy, you tell me that was Crow wife. So I don't know.
Mr. Crow, you give me a call, eh? Yeah, you know we just drop it. 440-7377. And for those of you outside of Grenada, 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of Hard Talk for today. All right? Yeah, that is the number. You could call and you could get on to Hard Talk. So, you know, Maroon Festival is taking place up there in Carriacou, huh?
I am so proud to tell my story. Mama kana hele, mama hele, mama hele, mama hele, mama kana hele, mama hele.
And you know when you had talking about Carriacou and that kind of thing, you see we mentioned Carriacou and all kind of thing. You know, big drummers play a big part in Carriacou's culture and history. Yeah, so when you hear they come and they start to play the string band music and all kind of thing and they start to drop tune like... Yeah, the Carriacou Maroon Festival, it starts tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday.
I went to a social party one day. The big jump group was done to play. You see me standing there in a corner.
On 4407377. Good morning to you, Mammy George. Miss Jacob, good morning. Miss Noriega, good morning to you. You know, next week is May Day, huh? Or International Workers' Day. That'd be very interesting, you know.
You know the people they want to stop.
As I was saying yesterday, we know that the president of the I nearly say Technical and Allied Workers Union, with the Teachers Union, he has sort of changed his tone to a sort of conciliatory tone, huh?
You should say that woman there in the ring. What she start to do, she think.
But in acknowledgement of that as well, should acknowledge where he made errors, yeah? The form and format of which he did certain things. Yes, Chris, we did mention that the Tilingo and thing will be dancing up in Riverside tomorrow. And don't forget the Police Week Committee on the 10th of May. They will be having the Police Week, well, not the Police Week, full activities that they're having. You know, does have the food fest before. Yeah, that's coming up. Officers know that the door is open. Just give me a call and say when you're all ready to come through, so that we don't end up with a scheduling conflict, you know?
Now that I should leave, this whole experience had me intrigued.
So that's going to be taking place at Camp Raymond up there in Pearls.
That I come to see this little island have a rich history.
I think they're looking to do it extended. You might be able to get breakfast and then you get lunch and then you get you're getting.
Right now it's flaring.
Again, dashing log, again, Tanya log. Watch it. When them policeman get bad, they go hit all your yam log and all, yeah? They know it are yam logs, did they? All of them police are to get good to beat closure when it comes to dashing log, eh? I ain't think nobody could beat closure when it comes to dashing log so far. Nobody, eh? So as I was saying, yeah, International Workers' Day, May Day next week. And while that is so, you have the NDC activists, they're out there saying to stone the union leadership. I mean, come on, the RGPF could take action in relation to things like that, you know. Whether you're saying stone them with toilet paper or other implements, that sort of behavior is un-Grenadian, you know. Calling on people to walk with rolls of toilet paper and stone LL and RR and all of them and so, I mean, it's absolute nonsense, man. I disagree fundamentally with the behavior of Rachel Roberts and Lloyd and Lewis. I disagree with their behavior. I disagree with their viewpoint on specific issues. But I would never be part of advocating for anyone to do such a stupid, disgusting, and un-Grenadian thing as to pelt toilet paper at them and poo them and yeah, I ain't going with that kind of stupidness. No way I'm going to side with that sort of nonsensical behavior. I think it is unnecessary. And it shows a fit of desperation by those NDC political activists. But then again, remember, these are the people that have NDC where it is right now. Yeah, they are where they are because of their activists and their activities. And their leadership, as I say, you can see that there's a fleshing out of the organization that has taken place. As an organization, they are trying to absolve themselves of the failure of the party and then government between 2008 and 2013, and then the party between 2013 and 2019. They are trying to absolve themselves of that entire period. So what have they been doing? They've been doing a bit of culling. You know it's culling? Yeah, like you have a set of a cow and all kind of thing, and you see one or two of the cows and them, they might be infected with, let's say, cow hoof and mouth disease or whatever, and they decide to go in and kill out those set of cow because they go infect the others. That's what's taking place in that organization right now, you know. In a technical way, they're culling the herd. So anyone that was part of the government during the period 2008 to 2013, they're getting rid of them. Watch and see how much of them that day now. Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning.
Sheldon, Mr. Cole just starting the Monday,
Monday, okay, good.
Monday, look at him on a boat going up now.
Okay, good.
And I asked him, he said Monday.
Good. All right,
Yes,
so we
all
know
right.
now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. You see how the network does operate? So Monday. So somebody else funeral had yesterday. All right. So Monday will be that funeral. Nice? Good. Yeah, so as I was saying, yeah, we do have that situation where there's a culling taking place within that organization. So if you look there, within what remains of the NDC right now, and they don't like when the flashlights shine on them, as I say, is long time when they turn on the light and they have the roaches run. Yeah, that's what happens. They don't like when they turn on the light on them. They just get upset with that. Yeah? So let's turn the light on them a bit today again. Yeah? Because what is happening is that they are getting rid of all the people who were part of the governance structure and leadership of the party between that period of time. Because the interim leader right now was not a part of the governance structure during the period 2008 to 2013. Yeah? The person who is acting as his deputy right now, although not in her official capacity, Claudette, she was not a part of the government during that period of time. And when you look throughout the organization, the only individuals who remain as caretakers, and probably in word only, because they're not actually doing anything in those constituencies or organizing anything in those constituencies, are probably Sylvester Wallace out there in St. Andrew Southwest. But not even Patrick Simmons, because we've seen well, he used to be the youth leader, but they seem to have dumped him as youth leader, and he's on some campaign right now. That's Django. Is doing his own thing up there in Southeast. Planning for when he gets licks from Minister Pierre. Who else really was part of the governance structure and is still a caretaker? You go to St. John and you realize you don't hear anything, you don't see. I don't even know if he's on island. Former Senator George Vincent. You don't even see him. I don't know if he's on island. And I'm in St. John 2-3 times a week. I don't see him. Yeah? Maybe I'm just in the wrong part of St. John's. I don't know. But you don't hear about these individuals again. Former Senator Franca Bernardine, Miss Civil Society, disappear. Well, don't talk about Sister Ann Peters. Nowhere around to be found. None of these individuals are any longer the face of the NDC. They are trying to rebrand. They are attempting to rebrand the organization, but in the rebranding, they're also getting rid and dumping all of those people that were involved for the last, how many years? Between 2008 and now. For the last 11 years or so. Get rid of them. So there's actually a second technical expulsion taking place within that organization. You look at it for yourself and see. How many of the frontline people were government ministers? The people who, when there's a press conference, they come out and talk. Glenn Noel, that is it. But we had the young guy from Carriacou was looking to even get rid of him. I've been looking at regional politics. I've been looking at the PNP, the opposition party out there in Jamaica. And their youth arm has made some serious recommendations in relation to their organization to call the herd. Get rid of all the older heads who were involved in politics in the 70s and 80s and 90s and in the early 2000s. They've been saying, get rid of all those people, or the majority of them. And it seems as though a similar something is taking place within, not it seems as, but it is happening within the NDC right now. You're seeing it. It is clear for anybody to see. Even individuals like young Ali Dowden, pushed aside. Yeah, he might still come to a general council or something when they have it, but you realize these people are no longer the voices of that organization. The voices right now are people like Dum Dum. Yeah, those are the voices of that organization right now. People like Dum Dum, people like Claudette, one-time candidate, Joseph Andal, those are the voices, and they mute the others. So you ain't going on here George Vincent come out and say nothing right now. He done here time with that. You ain't go see Sylvester Wallace talking on nothing. Forget that. Patrick Simmons, he showed his face the other day and then he disappeared again. Back in the land planting pumpkin. Yeah? Even their former prime minister. He ain't coming out and say nothing. And where, pray tell, is Nazim Burke? Outside a court. And by the way, Brother Burke, I blow you the other day. You know my car, blow you playing, you want to wave and all kind of thing. Wave me now, not blow wave now, man. Hey, what kind of behavior is that? What kind of thing again on with the Naz? Hey, man, get a boy a wave now. Hey, hey. 4407377. So there are the different groupings within that organization, huh? Believe me, there are a lot of machinations taking place. Say a special good morning to Wade and all the listeners out there in Brooklyn. Mr. Watts, good morning to you. Patricia and Matthew out there in Canada, and my good friend Ian in Canada, good morning to all of you. They don't like to be analyzed, yeah? It's like shoving bamboo shoots under their nails. Torture. Mm-hmm. Careful now, Sonia. Yes, indeed. 4407377. That's 4407377. That's the number for you to call. Yes, indeed. Huh? Yeah, let me make sure I had the right one there. Nice. That is not the right one. This is the right one. So, folks, remember tomorrow, you've got the Dolly C, you've got the Osprey heading up to Carriacou for the Maroon Festival. And if you want to sample some of the African tradition here, you just head up to River Sally.
I've been loving you so long, man.
You want to taste of the Spice Mass Helen Marie Saturday night at Lavo Lane.
You see my love just disappear. It is my hope that you will love me just the same. Darling, I always be calling out your name. Your name, Erica. Your name, Nikedida. I love to call your name in my dream. I love to say the words that I mean. Baby, you are.
And some individuals have been calling me about the Coding Academy, the Caribbean Coding Academy that we had been speaking about last week. And just to let you all know, you can call 456-1568. Let me say that again for you. 456 1568. And that's the number you can call and speak to them. They've got classes for children between the ages 17 to 18, and then they have adult classes and so on. Here's what. It's a good area to get into. There's a possibility of you, in your free time, making thousands of dollars. Yeah. They're going to teach you how to do coding. And then they do have a course that if you complete that course and you are certified under that course, you have a further opportunity. The further opportunity is that they will guarantee you a placement with a company where you can make at least a 30 US an hour. Yeah. We have a caller online. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. I'm hearing them. They're not hearing me. Okay. They're listening to the radio in the background. Yeah. So no listening at the radio in the background. Nice. All right, Popos. Good. Oh, okay. So you're on the farm. Okay, so that is where George Winton is. He on the farm. Okay, yeah, you don't on the music farm. All right, nice, beautiful. Yeah, lay steady. Lay place for him. Yeah, lay line there. Yeah, lay stick down there. They nice for him. So lay stick there.
The one that I hold so close to my heart. You gave me all.
Yeah, callers, remember when you're calling, you need to listen to us on the phone line and not on the radio, because the last person you got through, but I heard you in the background listening to the radio, yeah? So you need to take the volume off the radio and pay attention to us on the phone line.
As I walk the lonely street, I think of you. Just imagine all the things that we can do. It's so hard to be away from you so long. But every day I live, my love is growing more strong. Your name.
Let me also say a special good morning to AC Major. Yeah, Alan, morning, sir. Wade, good morning. Scotty and Scotty, good morning to you. So the Caribbean Coding Academy. And you see, this is a discussion that we've had before on Hard Talk. That there are a lot of opportunities that many of our people either are unaware of or lackadaisy to make use of. The Caribbean Coding Academy is not free. When you call them, they'll tell you exactly what you need to do and all of that. Yeah? Yeah. Short man, don't worry about that. That is fake news. Fake news. Don't worry about that. Yeah. So the Caribbean Coding Academy, you have the opportunity to go there and learn a skill. Now the thing is this. A lot of people have been fighting down the IT and the ICT and fighting down that young people are using computers and all that sort of thing. But you know, if your child is really interested in games, computer games, and so it's not necessarily a bad thing. You just have to be careful what some of the games they play are. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. I've seen some of those games where they learn basic skills, as in creating a landscape and all this kind of thing, like putting up a building, creating a landscape. What they're doing technically there is the foundation work in becoming an architect. Yeah? And also there are the computer game programmers who sit at a computer and some of them, they make millions. Yeah. Programmers. The possibility is there from programming that an individual can earn thousands of dollars a month to doing computer programming and coding. Yeah? You can earn literally thousands of dollars. If you know what you're doing, there are individuals who you could probably earn in the region of $12,000 to $15,000 in 1 month if you apply yourself and you get the correct connections. You didn't know that, did you? Because as we have said several times, and we'll say again, when you look at the job market, there are jobs that will become extinct, irrelevant within the next 10 years, within the next 15 years, and within the next 20 years. Some of them even within the next 5 years. You have jobs that exist now that will no longer be available. I always use the financial institutions as a yardstick for that. The day will come, there will be no human tellers in the banks. You won't have that. You won't have to go and stand up in a line to go and do anything. And the reason is it's a cost on the bank. The bank is all about making money. They take your money, they reinvest your money to make as much money as they can on it, so that by the time you come for your money, they have tripled or quadrupled the amount of money that you put inside there. So they give you a portion of that as interest, and then the rest of that goes towards paying their staff, their utilities, and their operations, and so on, plus putting some money away that they could just take and double and quadruple again. So you put your $10 in the bank, your $10, same as NIS, you put your $10 in the bank, your $10 doesn't stay inside the bank. They take your $10 and they lend your $10 to somebody with the intention of getting back 15. And then when they get that $15, they lend it out again with the intention of making it a $30. And then when they get that $30, they lend it again, and they continue doing that. Yeah? So the bank is all about making money. They're not a social club. They're not there to be our friends. They're not there to like us. It's a business, and it's all about making money. So there are various positions, and I often look at the banks and realize that, one, lunchtime, they make you stand up for a long period of time. You go in a bank at 12 o'clock, and that is when they send in the tellers on lunch at the same time. The tellers go in for lunch, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, they go in for lunch, but that is the time that you have to run in the bank and do some quick business and run back home or run back to work. And when you do that now, you reach there and you realize, boy, stress. You see me, I can't take on this thing again. You go and you take out a teller card and you start to do your transactions now through the teller machine. When you want hard cash, you go through the teller machine. Or you go and you go by Cooperative Bank or Scotia or First Caribbean and you get a debit card and you have your money on that. And when you go to Foodland or Food Fair, or you go to Carriacou or SOG Foods or wherever, you go and you're buying, you swipe your card. You see me want to walk with no money, and the next thing I lose the money. So you walk with your card and you swipe. And you pay for the service. You go to certain gas stations and you swipe. And you just try to keep track of how you're spending using your mobile phone. You go and you download the app and you're checking to see how much money you have in your account. You know what that does? That eliminates the need for you to go and stand up in the line for a 15, 20 minutes, half hour. In some instances, yeah, it could be that bad, especially around this time of month. You go and stand up in a line for a half hour to go and change a check or to withdraw some money, or even in some instances to put in some money. Yeah? It's difficult for you to go and do that. They make it difficult for you because they want more and more. They want a higher percentage of the people that are doing banking with them to start to use electronic transactions. Now, we're Little Grenada. We're seeing that. So we're knowing that in 5, 10, 15 years, a lot of the people that you're seeing in the banks right now, after the older staff retire, that they will be carrying out different duties and they will be reducing the size of their staff. And we'll come back to that one. We have a caller. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Yeah, the John Public, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you just two questions I'm going to ask. What's your view on the deal the government made with the oil company in Trinidad? What's your intake on that? What information you have for the public? And another thing I want to ask, Mr. Clement make a comment the other day in Parliament. I also want to hear your views on that, if you could just comment a bit on that.
No problem.
Yeah.
I'll hold my views on both of those issues. One, Mr. Clement was in Parliament. Everybody heard what he said. Mr. Clement is a member of the New National Party and the parliamentary representative for St. George Northeast. Full stop. People like to read too much into everything. As I said, there are certain people sit down waiting and hoping for certain things to happen. They sit down and they're waiting and they're hoping for that because they see that as the only way they may ever see office again. Yeah? And as the only agreement I know between the government of Grenada and Trinidad in relation to any oil, I know there was a boundary delimitation during the period of the NDC. Outside of that, I don't know about any agreement between the government of Grenada and Trinidad in relation to oil and gas. Yeah? Nice. Good. So as I was saying, we know in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years, there will be a situation where there will be a reduced number of staff at these financial institutions. They're not looking to upsize, they're looking to downsize. These banks are not looking to open more branches. They don't want to have to pay for more real estate. They don't want to have to pay more utility bills. They don't want to have to pay additional staff. What they are doing is an economic thing. All they're seeing is the dollar. So they are reducing the size of their operations. Right? That's what they're doing. We know that. We're a small country and we're seeing that. So what's the approach? The approach is to try to become within the Caribbean, the country that's producing the people who are going to be doing the software and so on, that's taking over the jobs of the people, not only here in Grenada, but regionally and internationally. And that's why you have organizations like the Caribbean Coding Academy. Because you're going to have to write the financial software that's going to be used on the teller machines and so on to identify Nazim Benjamin as Nazim Benjamin when he goes to that machine to do a deposit or withdrawal or some other transaction. You're going to have someone to write that software, that app, for a particular bank that's going to be used on your mobile phone, that you are going to use, that when your Grenlec bill is emailed to you, that you're able to access Grenlec through your mobile phone to connect the bank to Grenlec and make that payment. That you're going to be able to pay Flow or Digicel or any organization that you have to pay, including the government of Grenada, using an app on your phone. We know that's the direction that the world is heading. But we can't just look at it and say, well, no, that's the way the world going and woe is me. So we ourselves, we have to start to ingrain in a lot of our younger generation who are already tech savvy. Yeah? They're already tech savvy. They have the latest phones and they know how to use the apps and operate and so on, but what they need to learn is how to build the apps. And that's why places like the Caribbean Coding Academy and other courses in other places are so important. Yeah? That's why those things are so very important. So you have the opportunity. The Caribbean Coding Academy is just one. But there are other computer courses going around also. Some of you may be even able to do it online. And we have to get ourselves to become. Grenada should end up being the ICT capital of the Caribbean. We already have our Prime Minister as the lead in relation to information communication technology in the quasi-CARICOM cabinet. So there's an opportunity that's there. Some of the call centers, they do a particular aspect of this already. Yeah, they do an aspect of it at some of the call centers already. We have a caller online. Good morning.
Mr. Scott.
Morning, sir.
Well, I don't know, I find you need to rectify something because for the last 2 minutes, we keep on hearing the repeat of the same thing. So I will hold my fire to call back.
Okay, let me see what's going on there.
All right.
Okay, folks, let me throw on a song and see exactly what my friend is talking about there.
This lady telephoned me all the way from England. She was asking when is the best time to come to my island. Without hesitation, I gave my suggestion to the woman. In the August sun, everyone tug of war to see who is stronger at the end of the day. A time to meet, a time to greet, a union of many nations on this small island. Bomb, bomb, bomb. People are nice and friendly, great hospitality from everybody. The men are handsome and steady, all of them are ready to take you around the country. Besides all the action, you'll get total satisfaction from our sea water and sand. Your beaches cannot compare with those beaches.
Yeah, the one question I should have asked my friend when he called is what frequency that is happening on. I just made a check here. I know there seemed to have been an issue there and with CRFM. And Campesh, give me a call. I know you will hear this. Give me a call, Campesh. Nice, yeah. So I know there was an issue with CRFM there. Everything seems to be running okay inside here with my stream. So let me know what station that was taking place on.
She was asking when is the best time to come to my island. Without hesitation, I gave my suggestion to the woman. In the August sun, everyone getting done. Come.
I hope the problem has been sorted out. You'll call and let me know.
A time to win.
Yes, I was saying now that when it comes to banking, that's just one area. When it comes to even the educational sector, you will be seeing, and that is not that it's a plan of the government or Grenada or some kind of thing, it is a worldwide trend that you will be seeing one teacher teaching about 3 times as many children, but they're going to be doing part of it through technology. So you may have a course that's taking place at TAMCC and is being beamed to Nulo and being beamed to the St. Patrick Center and being beamed to TAMCC in Carriacou, but one teacher is standing up in front of the cameras and doing that class. And not necessarily that he might be doing it in the classroom, he could be doing it from home. Or a lecturer can be giving a lecture in a specific area from another country via teleconferencing. So you can have the reduction in the numbers of people involved in that profession, probably, but who operates the cameras? Who builds the cameras? Who comes up with the new types of cameras and the better cameras that Sony or Samsung want to pick up, or whichever company is going to want to take up? Who is going to be operating the technology and who is going to be building the technology and the software that is going to ensure that that is done smoothly? Are we going to sit and say that we're going to wait for it to come out from China or wait for it to come out from the United States? Or are we, as Grenadians, going to say that we are going to become the hub? Yeah? Agriculture will make money and the people who are doing this work need to eat, so we must do our agriculture. We must have our fishermen, our underrated and sometimes undervalued fishermen. Yeah? We need them. We need the farmers. But we also have the possibility to use information communication technology and use it to our advantage. Yeah? We know what to expect. We know what is happening. You look at the job list of people who are working in, let's say, cable and wireless, or the Grenada Telephone Company. We could go as far back as then. The Grenada Telephone Company. Look at the job list of people who were working there before. Yeah? Switchboard operator. The person that unplugged from one thing and they used to plug into our next board and thing so that you could get the calls connected. Yeah, this is a person sit down at a big table with a set of wires and pulling in a jack here and push a jack there and pull out a jack there. Or you have to make an overseas call and you have to call into cable and wireless and ask somebody to call into the next country and get another person who is going to connect that call to you over there. These days we don't do that. We pick up your cell phone and we call who we want to call on Facebook or wherever. We call them on Facebook, we call them on WhatsApp and all that kind of thing. That category of worker doesn't exist again and hasn't existed for over going on 2 decades. It doesn't exist again, but that was a very important job that maybe even some young people were coming up and saying, but I want to be a switchboard operator, and we were all excited. Oh, that's such a wonderful job. I want to do that. But it's no longer a job. It no longer exists. Nowhere in the world. I don't think anywhere in the world they have that operating still. Apart from if somebody probably filming a movie. Because those old analog systems no longer work. So we have to start looking at some of the areas that definitely we know will not last into the future. You can basically look at some jobs and say, that job will not be available in the future. There were guys that were hired by Grenada Telephone Company, Cable and Wireless, to go around and clean the phones that they used to have, the phone bank. You remember there's this phone bank they used to have in the little alleyway in St. George? And all of the phones, the pay phones and the phone booths that they had on the Carriacou and in Grand Dance and all over, there were guys that were paid to go disinfect and clean the phones and take out whatever money is inside there, make sure the phone is operating properly. And so there were guys that were paid to do that. Some of them listening to this program right now. But they had to be retrained to do other things because that line of work no longer exists. Who does have payphone? I don't know the last time I see a payphone. Probably in a movie. I don't see payphones. I don't see them because everything has gone into mobile technology now. So what do we do? You see, a lot of folks have looked at things from one perspective. We have our children and we tell our children that they're going to grow up and have to go and work for somebody and not that they can create their own jobs for themselves. We have a call online. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Scott.
Good morning, sir.
No, Mr. Scott.
Well, before you move on, which frequency you were having that problem on?
Well, I was having that on 89.5, but right now I am 89.5 is working proper, but 97.5 is where they gone into BS Harmon. But I'm assuming that because there was no communication from you for a period of time.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I could proceed?
Yes, go ahead, yeah.
Okay. No, Mr. Scott, no disrespect, but I find the NDC operating and asking questions as if they are important and they matters. My question is, how come they don't know that they are irrelevant in the true schemes of things? No, I'm going somewhere with that. And for me, I hope this government that I support, I hope they don't answer no questions posed by that political organization, because politically speaking, I categorize them as irrelevant. No, Mr. Scott, here why I'm making such a statement. I'm saying these things here because for me, I believe in and I favor a one-party state. No, this is not the philosophy of the NNP, but as a supporter of the NNP, that is me. I favor a one-party state. So some of these questions that is being asked, I don't see the need for the government to answer them. Why? Because when you're doing things in the interest of the majority, for me, it's okay for the minority, to complain, which is the present situation we have here in Grenada. Now listen to this. They try to politicize the gratuity issue with the public servants. They fail. They try to politicize the salary deduction with public servants. They fail. They try to politicize the outcome of the union election. They failed. They try to politicize our hydrocarbon agreement. They failed. They try to politicize the different buses association. They failed. They attempted to punish the children to achieve their own political end. They failed. Mr. Scott, I have come to the conclusion that this pitbull approach by the unofficial opposition have also failed. Because listen, man, in Grenada here, my brother, we know all what our problems are. Which we're doing our best to improve health care. We're doing our best, to create more jobs. We're doing our best to make the country a more people-friendly place. This is what this government is doing. But Mr. Scott, those who claim to be the alternative, they continue with the pitbull approach. Criticize, condemn, and castigate. The point is here, my final point is, listen, we know the NNP is not perfect. We know the NNP have made mistakes. Let me say here boldly, maybe we still make mistakes. But the bottom line is that those who categorize themselves as the alternative, they are not offering us anything in a substantial way that will cause us to have a second look at them. And as a result of that, I am convinced that the NDC is helping me in every political aspect to consolidate a one-party state. Mr. Scott, I trust you will have a pleasant day.
All right. Thank you so very much, sir. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call on, get on the inside. And as he said, that is not the philosophy of the New National Party. That is his philosophy, not the philosophy of the New National Party. Yeah? Yeah. New National Party didn't say, okay, so there was just the internet dropped. Okay, so there was an internet problem down there at in the area, in the River Road area. So that is what affected City Sound. So they're back up and running. All right. 440-7377. We just have a few minutes remaining in today's program. Just a few minutes remaining in today's program. Yeah, the internet has been kind of iffy-jiffy the last few days for some people. We've been lucky here at studio. It's been okay.
This lady telephoned me all the way from...
And as you're speaking about getting the young folks out of the mentality of you go through the school system and you come out and you just become another worker. We have to get our children into the mentality of you go through the school system and you come out and become an employer. Yeah. Even if the only person you're employing is yourself. But come out and become an employer. But many young people with a lot of brains, a lot of talent, a lot of skills, and a lot of certification come out from the school system and even after school training programs and go looking for a job when there's an opportunity for them to start their own business. For instance, the Grenada Development Bank is at this point in time offering $30,000 for you to either A, start your own small business, or B, if you have a small business running already, that you would be able to use that funding to build the business or save the business or develop the business. Yeah? So the Grenada Development Bank is offering $30,000, and here's the clincher on this one, $30,000 without security. But certain conditions apply. So you need to go in and speak to them at the Grenada Development Bank. So you may be a teacher that is home right now. You may be a teacher and you may be saying, well, yeah, I make X amount as a teacher, but I think I could make some more money if I set up a little ice cream shop outside the house. You have the space, the yard space, and you decide, well, okay, I have a relative who is there and they're home, so best I set up a nice ice cream place, or I'll set up an ice cream place, but I'll just operate it when I'm home in the evening time. Yeah? Or it might be that you want to set up a little bar. There's money in that, yeah. It might be some other sort of business, might be agricultural based. You might want that money to buy the implements to start a small farm or to build your small farm that you already have. So the Grenada Development Bank is willing to work with you. So whether it is you and one or two other people want to start doing some pepper sauce and so, but this particular loan is for individuals who are employed already. So they have a salary that you could do a deduction. Yeah? And you would have other things. For instance, if you were under another loan already and you didn't pay off your loan and that kind of thing, don't go by the people. Don't waste their time. Yeah? If you still want to go and talk to them, up to you. But unsecured, you can get that. But you know what? Many individuals will hear about that and say, oh, me ain't bothering with that. I'm going and look for a work. Yeah? The Ministry of Youth, they just opened a youth business center up there in St. Mark. They opened a center that is giving assistance to young people to start their own business. So they're helping them write the business plan. So the business plan is important. The business plan says, okay, I'm going to open a barber shop, but I'm going to open the barber shop in this particular area. Let's say they're going to open it in Moya Junction. But when they look in Moya Junction, they might say, well, how much barber shop it have here? So let's just say hypothetically that there are 3 or 4 barber shops in Moya Junction. You say, well, how many people live in that general area or have direct access to that area that you could make back the money that you're going to use to set up the barber shop and survive? And then you may realize the population in that area is small. The barber shop is a good idea, but that might not be the area to do it because they already have pre-existing there. That's what happened with a lot of people who open these small shops. You open a small shop and you don't do a proper business plan. So you open the small shop when so-and-so have a shop down the road and the next one have a shop up the road and another person have one right next to where you go in and open one. And you open one and everybody busts. Why? Because they don't even have a good 200 people living in the area. And the majority of them do their shopping down by Handel. They go to Handel and Associates. Or they go to Foodland. Or they go down by CK's Super Value. Or they stop off at SOG Foods. Yeah? So you have those situations that occur. That's why it's important to do a proper business plan where you factor in those sort of things. What is your equity? What do you have as property that has some worth? What's the depreciation on those things? In other words, if it was worth $4,000 this year, how much is it going to be worth next year after wear and tear and you use it? Will it go up in value? Will it go down in value? What are your inputs? How much does it cost you to create an item? Let's say you're making pepper sauce. How much does it cost you to make one bottle of pepper sauce? And if it costs you $4 to make a bottle of pepper sauce, how can you reduce that? How can you get it down to costing you $1.50 to make that bottle of pepper sauce? But when you make that bottle of pepper sauce, the quality must not decrease. So you decrease the amount of money that you're going to spend to make it, but you don't decrease on the quality of what you're making. All of that is part of the entire thing. That's part of how we need to start thinking. Everybody want to go and work with somebody and nobody thinking about, let's start our own small business. And then when people come from other countries and they come here and they start a business, then we vex with them. Because one of us want to have a clothing store and we want to send down how much boxes of clothes and thing from the States or wherever we want to send it down on we own. When you see other people come to Grenada and they set up a business and they chomp up and they order one container and that one container come in with stuff for everybody. So the unit cost per person is cheaper than you sending us at a box from the States and so. So when somebody walk in your store, they see something for $40 and they walk in theirs and they see it for $15. Same item. You have to charge that because your overheads are higher. They charge that because they get it in cheaper, because they work as a team. But some of us, we want to work as an individual, and then we want to know why the business busts. Yeah, so we have to do a rethink in how we approach the employment situation. You know, many young people went looking for jobs at places like Sandals and Silver Sands and Radisson and so on. They went looking for a job there that might pay you, let's say you get paid $2,500 a month. But if they had focused that time and joined with one or two other young people and created a business to provide a service to Silver Sands and Sandals and so on, that individual could have been going home with as much as $5,000 in their pocket every month. That's after you pay what you had to pay for the business and so. They could have been going home with that. But instead they say, okay, let me go and look for a job there, $2,500. So the GDB is assisting. You have the Ministry of Youth with that business program, the WeiVybz, I think it's called, program. They've opened the first center in St. Mark and they're going to be opening other centers throughout the island. So if you interact with them, you can get more ideas on how to start that. For instance, if you're providing fruits and vegetables on a constant basis, we're not talking about you have some melon today, so you go in and look and see who's selling. No. That you have enough land and you plant so that you know every week you will have some melon that's going to be ready that you could be bringing out. Or every 2 weeks or every month, you're going to have a shipment of melon. So a hotel can know that when the guests need their breakfast or their lunch or their dinner, they can know that every month I'm going to have X amount of pounds of melons coming from this individual. And next month I might get it from the other individual, and the month after I could get it from this individual. Those collectives and cooperatives to provide services to those industries. Not just going and look for a job for $1,500 a month or $2,500 a month, but setting yourself up into a position where you're offering a service to those businesses, where you can be earning tens of thousands of dollars as a business, where you for yourself could be having a $5,000 in your pocket when the month done. But you know, some people wouldn't talk to you like that because they want you to stay there and be unemployed and frustrated. But I'm going to talk to you like that because sometimes we have to take our minds out from the track that it's on and put it on the correct track. Folks, that's all the time we have for Hard Talk today. It's been wonderful being here with you. In everything you say and do it safe and secure. We want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. Love each and every one of you and hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful remainder of the day today. We'll be back tomorrow with our final program for this week.
On Friday, May 10th, the most anticipated food and drink event is upon us again as the RGPF Police Week Comedy presents Food Fest 2019. Pearls Strip is the venue as the clubs of the RGPF join forces with the Grenada Customs, Her Majesty's Prison, and the Grenada Airports Authority, and will all compete for culinary supremacy. From 12 midday, food goes on sale. Each participating club will prepare and present a variety of local dishes, which will be judged and critiqued based on taste, presentation, use of ingredients, and applied knowledge. I'm telling you, these guys and girls could cook. And as evening simmers in, the action gets turned up with music, top DJs, artists, live band, queen and king contestant appearances. Food Fest 2019, Pearls Strip, Friday, 10th May. The perfect family event.
Government secures part of Carriacou building to house 2 civil courts. Details to this story and more in the national report. With the details to the news for Wednesday, April 24th, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. Government has secured the second floor of the Carriacou building on Yonge Street to house 2 civil courts, and refurbishment work is now underway. Attorney General Darshan Ramdani announced earlier this year that the Carriacou building on Yonge Street will be leased to house 4 courts, judges' chambers and administrative offices. Adequate facilities for the country's courts have been an issue for some time, and government has explored several options to resolve the matter. During the weekly post-cabinet briefing on Wednesday, Legal Affairs Minister, the Honourable Kendra Mathurin-Stewart, said the 3rd floor is currently occupied by Carriacou workers but will be available next week so that repairs can begin. The 3rd floor will house 2 criminal courts.
Government is currently in possession of the 2nd floor of the Carriacou building, and that work has commenced effecting the necessary repairs and retrofitting of that particular space. As a matter of fact, the 2nd floor is completely gutted and repaired, and arrangements are ongoing to retrofit same. The contractor contracted to do the work has been working and will be working around the clock to ensure that the space and the court is delivered in the quickest possible time. The 2nd floor of the Carriacou building will house the 2 civil courts and the court reporting unit, and the 3rd floor will house the 2 criminal courts for now.
The Legal Affairs Minister explained that the Carriacou building is an interim solution as government works towards the establishment of its legal complex, which will house the justice system.
Government remains committed to ensuring that our justice system remains fully functional and intact, and that the proper administration of justice is not compromised in any way. The use of the Carriacou building to house our court, as indicated before, is an interim medium-term measure while we continue to work towards realizing our dream and our goal, and that is to have our halls of justice or legal complex. Cabinet, as you know, appointed a subcommittee a little while now to pursue this project. The committee continues to meet on a regular basis, and so far we have reviewed some of the existing proposals. We have looked at also new ones, some of the drawings, the designs, and of course possible locations for our halls of justice.
2 courts will be added to deal with the backlog of cases. It is the hope of the minister that in the not-too-distant future, there will be 6 courts operating in Grenada. Finding a new home for the courts demonstrates government's commitment to good governance and the administration of justice. Government has promised to continue forging ahead to ensure that the T.A. Marisho Community College becomes a premier tertiary institution in the Caribbean. That commitment from Minister with Responsibility for Information, Senator Winston Garraway. He says government is seeking new sources of funding to upgrade the institution following the withdrawal of the PETNA Foundation. In October 2016, an MOU was signed between government, TAMCC, the PETNA Foundation and McMaster University to build capacity, thereby making TAMCC a self-sustaining institution. Under the MOU, which has a lifespan of 5 years, PETNA pledged $1 million to ensure faculty development. But on March 29th, PETNA wrote a letter withdrawing from the Memorandum of Understanding, citing Grenada's inability to attract the desired candidate for the post of president of TAMCC. Senator Garraway says government will seek new partners to ensure development of the institution becomes a reality.
The MOU, PETNA would have indicated that they're withdrawing from the MOU. We have lost the preferred candidate, but we still have TAMCC, and we still have a TAMCC to build. And the government will continue to look for partners out there to partner with us for the restructuring and development of TAMCC. That is our commitment to this people, the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Peter Martinique. It's a commitment to our students, and we will not rest until we are able to satisfy this pledge that we have made to them.
The partnership has also lost the candidate for president of TAMCC. Senator Garraway says a letter of resignation was received from Canadian Judelyn Innocent, who received what she would have considered more lucrative offers.
It has been government's commitment towards the upgrade of TAMCC because we know the value of TAMCC and the students who pass through this institution. The development of our students is the development of Grenada, and this has been our constant drive. And although we were not able to attract that candidate to fulfill what she was asking for, we did not give up. We continue to still fight.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
The eyes of the world are on us more than ever. So let's take it to them. Saturday, May 4th, the Spice Mass Corporation launches Spice Mass 2019. The Caribbean's biggest summer festival. This year's launch starts with a roadshow from Ariza Car Park to the National Stadium from 3 p.m. Bring out your last year's costume and join the parade. It's one big experience with a display of fancy math, traditional math, Moko Jambi, and the most envied Jab Jab. The official opening is at the National Stadium, featuring your favorite soca artists and DJ, Calypso Monarch, Steel Pan Champion, and presentations of the 2019 Carnival Queen contestants, plus displays of 2019 costumes, SMC show tickets, and other attractions to be won. Saturday, May 4th, the National Stadium, the launch of Spice Mass 2019. Bring out the entire family. Log on to spicemassgrenada.com for more.
Continuing the news, Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell, says it is no accident or stroke of luck that Grenada has been named Best Paying Island by the University of the West Indies, UWI. According to Dr. Mitchell, the recognition by UWI is indicative of a wider government commitment to honour its financial obligations locally, regionally and internationally. He said, and I quote, "This government maintains an unwavering commitment to prudent fiscal management. A key element of that commitment is keeping our financial obligations current. The immediate benefits of that are that government maintains good standing with organizations with which it has financial dealings, and we avoid additional fees which could be incurred because of late payments," unquote. The Prime Minister praised the Ministry of Finance for astute management of the country's financial resources. Dr. Mitchell further stated that paying UWI consistently and on time means they're also cognizant of enabling citizens to attain tertiary level education. He says a commitment to improving education equates a commitment to the empowerment of individuals and to overall development of Grenada, Carriacou and PT Martinique. NYPD's finest soccer team will embark on a goodwill humanitarian tour of Grenada from April 30th to May 5th. The team, sponsored by Promo Caribbean and New York Red Bulls, will visit 4 educational institutions as well as the Grand Bacolet Juvenile Rehabilitation Center. They will also be engaged in 2 friendly soccer games, one against the President's 11 at Victoria Park on May 2nd, and the highlight of the tour, a matchup with the RGPF's finest at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium on May 3rd. Retired NYPD officer Larry Roberts, who was a guest on the GIS Spice Morning program, spent 24 years with the city of New York. He's here ahead of the rest of the team.
The team is going to be arriving on next Tuesday, and there's a lot of excitement. I'm happy to be here this time, and I know the guys will be pretty excited about the whole trip, and we can't wait. It's been in planning for quite some time, and to see us pretty much close to this date is really, really good. And I just can't wait and want the people to understand that, hey, we really want to have a successful tour, successful mission, and come here and do good for Grenada and give back to the kids.
On the local front, the RGPF's soccer team is going through intense training, and coach, former national player Corporal Ron Joseph, says they will be ready for the encounter.
We are in preparation mode right now. Preparation has been going fine. The players has been turning out to training, and I must say on the 3rd of May, we'll be ready for the NYPD team.
Corporal Joseph says the RGPF's finest will be a combination of 2 active teams within the force.
The composition of the team is over 40 players and some of the RGPF present GFA team. So that's what we're going into the game with.
And I know that the NYPD, they've been training just as hard. Do you think that with your over 40 and your GFA squad that you would have the right combination?
Yes, we will have the right combination. We're going into camp on Monday, so we have all the players together and we can put the team in motion for the game on the 3rd of May.
So patrons can expect a very good showing from the RGPFs?
I must say you'll see quality football on that day. I can tell you the guys are in high spirits and we are ready to go. And I must say, gentlemen, the Commissioner of Police will be playing as well. So come out and see him in his glory.
What position will he be playing?
He will play on the left side, I can tell you now.
The NYPD's finest will also hand over a number of sporting equipment to various schools and clubs on the island as part of its Goodwill humanitarian tour. And that's the National Report. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson.